Let me ask you something. What if I told you there's a place on Earth where you can literally walk on the sky? A place where mountains look like someone spilled a rainbow across them. A place where one wrong step, just one, means a fall of thousands of feet into nothing. Would you believe me? These places are not CGI. They are not movie sets. They exist right now on this planet, and they are more extreme, more beautiful, and more terrifying than anything your imagination has produced. Today, we're visiting 10 locations inside a single country, China, that will make you question everything you thought you knew about what's possible on Earth. Stay until the end, because location number 1 will genuinely make your palms sweat. Mount Huashan. Here's a question for the adventure lovers watching right now. What's the most dangerous hiking trail on the planet? Yosemite? No. The Himalayas? Not quite. Disneyland? Definitely not, although those cues are genuinely terrifying. The answer is Mount Huashan in Shanxi Province, China. Standing at 2,154 meters, this mountain is home to the infamous Huashan Plank Walk, a series of narrow wooden boards bolted directly into the vertical cliff face, held together by a single iron chain. Below you, a drop of thousands of feet. Above you, the chain you're gripping like your life depends on it, because it does. One wrong step, that's all it takes. And yet, people do it every single day. Tourists are given harnesses at the base, a small comfort when you're pressed flat against a cliff at 2,000 meters with nothing but air beside you. Huashan has 5 peaks: east, west, south, north, and middle. The south peak is the highest, and at its summit sits a Taoist temple that monks built centuries ago specifically because nobody else was brave enough to follow them up there. Honestly, genius strategy. Best work from home setup in history. Today, Huashan is a UNESCO World Heritage Site, attracting millions of visitors. Some come for the spiritual journey, some come for the adrenaline, and some come just to prove to themselves and to their Instagram followers that they're not afraid. The view from the summit makes every terrifying step completely worth it. Mount Wutai. From the terror of Huashan, we move to a place that is not dangerous, but is equally extraordinary. In Shanxi Province sits Mount Wutai, which translates to 5-terrace mountain, named for its 5 flat-topped peaks rising above the surrounding landscape. Wutai is one of the highest Buddhist pilgrimage sites in the world, sitting at over 3,000 meters altitude. On those heights stand more than 53 ancient monasteries and temples, some over 1,000 years old. This mountain is considered the earthly home of Manjushri, the Bodhisattva of wisdom, and every year pilgrims travel here from Tibet, Nepal, Japan, and Korea to walk its sacred paths. And when the morning mist rolls across those peaks and golden temple rooftops emerge from the clouds, it looks less like Earth and more like something else entirely. The most iconic structure is the White Pagoda of Taiwan Temple, visible from miles away. In winter, temperatures here plunge to -40 degrees Celsius, and still, monks stay. They don't leave. They light their incense and they stay. -40. I complain when my tea goes cold. These monks are a completely different species. Listed as a UNESCO World Heritage Site in 2009, Wutai Mountain is a place where silence feels sacred. Visitors who come here often say the same thing. They arrived looking for a view and left feeling something shift inside them. The Great Wall of China. Now, I know what some of you are thinking. The Great Wall? Everyone knows about the Great Wall. And they're right, but I promise you, there are things about this structure that will completely change how you see it. The Great Wall stretches 21,196 kilometers. That's longer than the distance from London to Sydney and back. It was built over more than 2,000 years, and the human cost was devastating.
Millions of workers died during its construction. Historians believe many of them were buried within the wall's foundations themselves. This wall was built on human bones. Let that sink in for a moment. The most dramatic sections are Jinshanling and Mutianye, where the wall twists and coils across steep mountain ridges like a stone dragon sleeping across the landscape. Ancient watchtowers rise at regular intervals, and at golden hour, the whole thing glows amber against the darkening sky. And here's a fact that will ruin your entire school education. The Great Wall cannot be seen from space. China's own astronaut Yang Liwei confirmed it. Every textbook got it wrong. You're welcome. The crumbling, unrestored sections of the wall, the ones tourists rarely visit, are hauntingly beautiful. Standing there alone, with just the wind and the silence, and 2,000 years of history beneath your feet, is an experience that defies description.
Chaka Salt Lake. Close your eyes for a second. Imagine a lake so impossibly still that the sky above and the ground below become one, where you can walk on water and feel like you're floating through clouds. Open them, because that place is real. It's called Chaka Salt Lake in Qinghai Province, and it has been called China's Mirror of the Sky, a name it earns completely. A thin layer of water sits above a crust of salt, creating a reflection so perfect that the horizon disappears. The sky doesn't just reflect in this lake, it merges with it. Standing at its center, you genuinely cannot tell where the earth ends and the heavens begin. Bolivia's Salar de Uyuni gets all the international fame, but Chaka is its equal, and most of the world hasn't heard of it yet. At sunset, the lake transforms completely. Deep orange, burning pink, and violet purple bleed across the sky and mirror perfectly below, as if someone tipped a painter's palette across an infinite canvas. Every year, millions of visitors make the journey to Chaka for a single photograph, and every single one of them leaves knowing that photograph was worth every kilometer. Zhangye Danxia. Okay, I need you to stay with me here, because what I'm about to describe sounds like I've lost my mind. There is a mountain range in Gansu Province, China, that is simultaneously red, orange, yellow, green, blue, and purple, all at once, naturally, with no filters, no paint, and absolutely no Photoshop involved. This is Zhangye Danxia landform, and it is 100% real. Over millions of years, layers of differently colored sandstone and minerals were compressed, tilted, and then sculpted by wind and rain into sweeping, undulating hills that look like a living abstract painting. The number 4 viewing platform gives you a panoramic view of the entire valley, and at sunrise or sunset, when warm light rakes across the formations, the colors intensify to a level that cameras honestly struggle to capture. Looking at these mountains, you get the feeling that nature was just showing off, like it turned to every other planet in the solar system and said, "Watch this." Tianmen Mountain became a national geopark in 2010 and draws visitors from across the globe. Wooden walkways guide you between the formations, and around every corner is something more surreal than the last. This is one of those rare places that actually looks better in real life than in photographs, and that's saying something. Jilin City. We move now to northeastern China, to Jilin City, and into a winter phenomenon so beautiful it barely seems real. Jilin is famous for its fog rime ice, a natural event where moisture rising from the unfrozen Songhua River freezes onto the branches of surrounding trees, coating every twig and every limb in thick, crystalline white frost. When the winter sun rises and hits those formations, the entire forest glows like it's been carved from glass. The Chinese call it Wu Song, and it is officially one of China's 4 natural wonders. Every year between December and February, photographers travel from around the world just to stand in this forest. The temperature here drops to minus 20 degrees Celsius. The air bites, your breath clouds immediately, and none of it matters because you are standing inside something that looks like a fairy tale made solid. Scientists can explain exactly why this happens. Air pressure, humidity, temperature gradients, all very logical, and yet when you see it, no scientific explanation feels adequate. Some things just have to be experienced. Fanjingshan. Picture this, a single column of rock rising straight up from a mountain summit, and balanced on top of that column, 2 separate temples side by side, connected by a tiny bridge, Buddhist and Taoist shrines coexisting at the very top of the world. How did anyone build that? How did anyone even get up there in the first place? This is Fanjingshan in Guizhou Province, one of China's most sacred Buddhist mountains, whose rock formations are over 500 million years old. The red cloud's golden summit stands as the centerpiece, and reaching it requires climbing 8,888 steps, the number 8 being considered lucky in Chinese culture. 8,888 steps. I want whoever designed that to know we need to have a conversation. Fanjingshan became a UNESCO World Heritage Site in 2018 and is also home to the Guizhou snub-nosed monkey, a species found nowhere else on Earth. When thick clouds sit low on the mountain and only those 2 temple spires poke above the mist, the image is so otherworldly it has become one of the most photographed sights in all of China, and rightfully so.
Siguniang Mountain. About 200 kilometers from Chengdu in Sichuan province stands a mountain range known as Siguniang, or Four Girls Mountain. 4 dramatic peaks named Dafeng, Erfeng, Sanfeng, and Siguniangfeng. The tallest, Siguniangfeng, the eldest sister, stands at 6,250 meters. It is the 2nd highest peak in all of Sichuan. According to local legend, 4 sisters fought a demon that was terrorizing their people. They defeated it, but at the cost of their own lives. And in their honor, nature immortalized them as these 4 mountains, standing eternal, protective, and impossibly beautiful. Is the legend true? Probably not. Does looking at these 4 peaks make you want to believe it? Completely. Called the Alps of the Orient, Siguniang is a paradise for trekkers. Its trails wind through forests of blooming rhododendrons, past glacial lakes that mirror the peaks above, and over snow-covered passes with views that stop you mid-step. Every turn of the trail offers something new. Every kilometer earns its reward. If you've done Himacho and you're wondering what's next, Siguniang, write it down. Tianmen Mountain. And now, the one that will make your hands go cold. Tianmen Mountain in Hunan Province translates to Heaven's Gate Mountain, and at its heart is a natural arch punched clean through the cliff face by thousands of years of erosion. It stands 131 meters tall and 57 meters wide. It's large enough to fly aircraft through, and people have, on purpose, for air shows. Getting there requires either climbing 999 stone steps or taking the world's longest cable car, 7.5 kilometers, gliding above forests and valleys, delivering you to the summit in a mixture of awe and mild terror. The views from the car alone are worth the entire journey. But the real test of nerve is the glass walkway, a transparent platform bolted to the cliff edge, hundreds of meters above the valley floor. You step onto it and you can see directly through the glass the ground far, far below your feet. Every creak the glass makes is completely normal. Thermal expansion, nothing more. Your brain, however, will not accept this information. Your brain will have opinions, loud ones. Tianmen Mountain sits near Zhangye National Forest Park, the real-world inspiration for the floating mountains in Avatar. Standing at Heaven's Gate, looking out over that landscape, it's easy to understand why a filmmaker looked at this place and thought, yes, this is another world.
Erhai Lake. Near the city of Dali in Yunnan province lies Erhai Lake, named for its ear-like shape when seen from above. 42 kilometers long and surrounded by the snow-capped Fanjingshan Mountains, Erhai is home to the Bai ethnic minority, whose villages dot the shoreline and whose traditions, including the ancient practice of training cormorant birds to catch fish, have continued for centuries. No glass walkways here, no 999 steps, just still blue water, mountain reflections, and the kind of quiet that reaches inside you and slows everything down. In the early morning, mist rises from the lake's surface as the Changshan peaks glow white behind it. The scene looks like a classical Chinese ink painting brought to life, serene, timeless, and achingly beautiful. They say that anyone who sees Erhai once never truly forgets it. After everything we've seen today, the terror, the wonder, the 8,888 steps, this is exactly the ending we needed. Erhai doesn't shout at you, it just holds you still for a moment. And sometimes that's the most powerful thing a place can do. 10 locations, 1 country, and yet it felt like 10 different worlds. From the death-defying planks of Huashan to the sacred mists of Wutai, from the stone dragon of the Great Wall to the sky mirror of Chaka Lake, from Danxia's impossible colors to Jilin's crystal forests, from the twin temples of Fanjingshan to the eternal sisters of Siguniang, from Heaven's Gate at Tianmen to the quiet grace of Erhai. China is not a country. It is an entire universe, and most of us have only seen the surface. If this video opened a door for you, hit like, subscribe, and drop a comment below. Which of these 10 places do you most want to visit? I read every single one. Until next time, stay curious, stay adventurous, and never stop asking, what else is out there?